I'd like to talk for a few minutes about the use of body hair transplants, or BHT. The most common use of BHT today is the harvesting or the using of hair either from the beard and or the chest or back, occasionally from the arms or legs, although we don't really do much of that. We prefer generally the beard and chest and back, and using those to restore hair to the scalp. This is as opposed to the other type of body hair transplants, which is a hair transplant into body areas such as pubic, chest, beard. But what I really want to talk about, as I said, is the use of body hairs, their role in helping to restore scalp hair loss. Now, obviously, men are going to be a much better source of BHT because men have hairy chests and hairy backs and hairy beards. And what we do is we use FUE technology where we can harvest individual hair follicles from either the beard and or chest or back one at a time. Most of these little grafts are going to contain one hairs. However, we do find some patients have two hairs per graft or per follicular unit in the chest and or other parts of the body. We use these hairs and then transplant them into the scalp, where they will then continue to grow, typically like scalp hairs, although they tend to be a bit coarser, and or in the case of chest hair, they may be a little bit finer. I utilize body hair transplants primarily for patients that have been over-harvested from prior transplant procedures and or those that have a very large area of hair loss that they want to fill in. And because there is usually a limit to the total amount of scalp hairs, usually somewhere between 600 to 7,500 grafts, these body hair transplants can provide an additional source of 2,000, 3,000 or more grafts. Healing with the beard area is typically at 2 to 3 days is completely done. There's really no signs that anything was done. Meanwhile, for the chest and or back, the healing of these donor areas can take as long as several weeks. So I always like to utilize beard hair first. Anyway, this is Dr. Epstein. I just wanted to present some information on the use of body hair, or BHT, in scalp hair restoration.